All right, guys, welcome back. If this is your first time here, I'll give you a little rundown of who I am. I'm Preston Williams, a realtor in Memphis, Tennessee, and the areas around it. One thing I'm here to help you all with is how to build your real estate business and to kind of help you avoid a lot of the mistakes that realtors I know have made and that I have made personally myself. And today, I just want to talk about you are wanting to get a real estate license or become a realtor. If you're watching this video, then you likely are wanting to be a realtor in the future. You're thinking about it or debating, and you're wondering, how do you become a realtor and what that process is like? So let's go over start to finish the steps and things you will have to do in order to be a realtor. First, I would like to just start by saying that the things I will speak about will be how it works in my state of Tennessee, but most of these will be the same no matter where you are. There may be small little differences or small little tweaks that are made here or there, but likely they are all the same. The base level of qualifications will be you have to be 18 years old. You do have to have a high school diploma, but you don't have to have a college degree or anything like that. So it's a field you're able to get in with low barriers to entry. You don't have to have a 4-year degree, a 2-year degree, or anything like that. You do have to take licensing courses, a pre-licensing courses. There are two. One is your actual course you have to take, which is a 40-hour course. You have to have that before you're able to test. Then once you test, you do have to have a new agent class, which is a 30-hour class. The classes I range around $150. They do offer online and in person. I did in-person classes. It was about a month. We went 3 days a week for, I want to say, 5 hours or so each day. 3 days a week, and it lasted about a month. At the end of the class, you do have to take a final exam. Now, you do have to pass the final exam. It's not optional of taking it or passing it. You have to pass the final exam. If you do not pass the final exam, you do have to take the whole course over again, which means you do have to pay for it again. And you don't want to spend a lot of money, so it's best to go ahead and pass that the first time. The class I took, I did in person. There was a limit on how many days you was able to miss. We was able to miss 2 days and still be able to test and pass the class. If you missed anything more than that, you were automatically withdrawn and would still have to go back and take the course over again. So once you have the course, you pass your final exam, because you're gonna pass your final exam because you're gonna be on top of things. Then you're able to apply to take your real estate test. There was a little bit of a waiting period, waiting on the paperwork to all get processed by the state and everything to be able to test. But it was about a week. From there, you do have to go through a background check. We had to go have our fingerprints taken, a background check done. From there, we was able to test. All of that we got the letter in the mail that we could do that, I would say about a week after our class was done. And then from there, you're able to make your appointment to go have your fingerprints done, get your background information over to the state, and take your test. When you are scheduling the test, you want to be aware of when you're going to take it, because it's not a thing to where you're able to schedule the same week usually, or schedule 2 weeks out. You do have to plan ahead. So the classes or the test spaces, they fill up pretty fast. The best way to think of it is like the ACT, to where you do have to make that point ahead of time. You're not able to just go and pop in the same day or pop in the day before. You do have to reserve your space there. The cost of the test, it ranges differently. I believe the first time it was around $200. There was two portions of the test you have to take. And if you pass one, you don't have to take the other again. There was the national and regional tests, a national and state test. And you would think that those would be the same, but they actually are quite different in some ways. It may not be in your state, but in mine it is. In Tennessee, there's a lot of laws that differ from the national laws. So you do have to pass both versions. You do have 3 attempts in order to pass them. If you do not pass in 3 attempts, you have to go back and retake the class and come back and test. And it must be a 6-month waiting period. So you're going to be on top of it and you're going to pass within your 3 attempts. Hopefully you pass on the first time, but if you don't pass on the first time, it's okay because everybody does not pass their first time. But if you do, great. So once you have your test done and completed, you will find out right then and there if you have passed or failed. If you fail, they will give you the score and give you a breakdown of where you did good and bad at. There's about 100 questions on the national one. I think 50 or 60 on the state one. And it gives you a breakdown by category of how many there were and how many you got right. So you're able to kind of look at that and find your weak points if you do miss. If you pass, you won't know your score. It just will say passed and you're good. So it doesn't matter how many you got right or wrong. If you pass, you're able to go and be a realtor. So from there, once you get that, there's a bit of a waiting period and you're able to go. While you're waiting on your license to actually be processed, you'll have to go and apply to actually have your license processed, which means you'll have to go and turn in all your documents and everything. And before they actually approve your license and give you license to sell real estate, you have to pick a brokerage. Picking a brokerage is a big decision, and you're not gonna know everything that needs to go into your choice. If you're wondering about the things you should think about in picking a brokerage, there'll be a video here which you can click here. It'll either be in the descriptions. I'm going to try to put it on the screen here for you if you want to go and watch that video at some point and put it at the end as well. But then you can pick your brokerage. Picking your broker is very important because they will help you navigate how to be a real estate agent, because the class you have to take in order to pass the test does not always accurately depict what being a realtor is. A lot of being a realtor is a lead generation and getting clients, and then everything else falls after that. But if you don't have clients to do everything else then you're not going to make any money. So you want to pick a brokerage that will help you navigate and grow on that end as well. So once you pick your broker, you likely will need to sign up for the local Realtor Association, which will give you access in the MLS. The MLS is what we use to find our houses. All the realtors put that in there. If you don't have access to get in the MLS, then you're going to be looking on Zillow and Realtor.com, and you don't know this now, but you will in the future. They aren't the most accurate places to go look for houses. So you want to get access to the MLS through your local Realtor Association. I'll give you numbers of how much that costs, because cost is a big thing, because in real estate you don't make money until you sell stuff. So you want to be aware and keep in mind all the costs and fees that are associated with just becoming a realtor. And joining the MAR, which is ours here in Memphis area of Tennessee, is MAR, MAAR. And depending on the time of year you sign up, if you're at the halfway point or if it's a whole year, I think they round up or down. It was when I joined, I had to pay $685, and that was for a portion of the year. I think if it was the whole year, it would have been around $1,200 to $1,500. So that's the thing to keep in mind. You will have to have that cash in order just to be able to sell real estate and access houses. That's just about everything with becoming a realtor. The barriers to entry are pretty low. You do have to have 2 classes, a 40-hour class and a 30-hour class. 30-hour class is a new agent class. It's after you pass your test, and you do have to take that one. That one did not have an exam at the end. It's just a class that more or less explains to you contracts and things like that, and actually how to be an agent. While the pre-licensing class is more of a guide on laws, terms, and a lot of stuff you may or may not use on your journey depending on where you are. So I hope this helped. I hope you learned a little bit. I hope it gives you the confidence to go ahead and take that next step, because you can do whatever you decide to do. Don't ever let worry or doubt stop you from achieving your goals, achieving your dreams. If you're here watching this video now, it's because at some point, some part of you said, I want to be a realtor. I want to be in real estate. Real estate is a thing that you don't have to be a full-time agent. You don't have to jump off the cliff from the get-go. There are a lot of realtors who sell 4 or 5 houses a year while maintaining a constant 9-to-5 job, and then they either stick at that level and be happy with it, or they move up and progress to being a full-time realtor. It's a commission job. It's sales based. You only make money if you sell, which means you want to make sure that you're in the right position to be a realtor when you do go full-time. I myself, I did it the kind of crazy way, and I got my license and I threw the deuces at my 9-to-5 job because I was just tired of it, and I didn't realize the struggles that come with building the business of real estate and how the pay actually worked as far as the time frame to when you actually get paid. But that's a thing that you won't have a problem with, because you have courses like these or classes, videos, whatever you want to call it, like these that you can watch to get a good mind of it. So remember, at the end of the day, be you, be great, be free to do whatever your mind dreams. I'm Preston Williams. Hit that like button if you liked anything in this video. Subscribe if you think that you learned anything and would like to watch more content in the future, and share this with your friends, and that way they can also learn and experience and learn about being a real estate agent. Preston Williams, I'm out of here. Until next time, guys.